story. I just got burned by a Filipina here in the States that had a kid and just used me to help support her kid because she wanted to be with me. The kid, not because, okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Pete. There's going to be shady chicks anywhere in the world you go. There are plenty of disingenuous women everywhere. There's also plenty of disingenuous guys everywhere who treat women like crap and use them for their own purposes. Very clearly what we would be using them for, but not going to go there. It happens everywhere. But you have to get past that, and you have to be open. Going to the Philippines and trying to meet someone from another culture is harder to do than just meeting someone that's here in your local community. You're gonna have more in common with that person here in the local community than you may have with that woman on the other side of the world, simply for the fact that you grew up in two completely different lifestyles. But what these women offer, the genuine ones, and that's the ones we want to focus on. Like I said, a woman asks about your bank account, your house, your car, or how much you make a year, be done with that conversation 5 seconds later and move on. Now be polite, but just let her know that you're not interested in talking about that, and you would like to go move on and talk to someone else and wish her a good day and move on. Now be polite. Don't be rude to them. There's no reason for it. But again, if any of those things come up in a first conversation, you need to be out of that conversation. And that applies to women here in the US and women anywhere else in the world. Any woman asks me about that stuff, conversation's over, I'm gone. It's none of your business. Those are things that I might discuss with you after I've known you for a few weeks. My wife never asked me once what I did. Well, she knew what I did because she knew I worked for this company because I was filming stuff and doing interviews at the social that I met her at. So she had some inkling that I had something to do with the company that ran the socials. But she never asked how much I made. Hell, I don't think she even asked how much I made until after she was already here and she saw one of my paychecks and didn't understand all the numbers and all the things in it. Because I left one of my pay stubs sitting on the table when it got mailed to me. And she asked me about it, and I explained it to her. And she asked me, she's like, well, how much do you make? And I'm like, oh, well, this is this right here. This is what I keep after all my taxes and deductions and things and my medical insurance. This is what I get to keep every 2 weeks. And she's like, oh, well, how much is that a year? And I'm like, I don't know, get your calculator out and multiply that by 26. Because I'd gotten a raise twice in that year, so I didn't actually know what the dollar amount was actually going to be. But yeah, that conversation happened after we were married.
Walk away, don't fear. When the world shuts down, we can figure it out. Go on telling everybody that we'll stick around. In the longest night, I'll be by your side. Go on telling everybody that we'll be alright.
Look for someone educated or has a stable job already. If a woman does not have a job, then where does she get the money? Well, when they get married and they come here, they get jobs here. Like my wife can't wait till our son is old enough so that he can go to school, so that my wife can work again, so that she doesn't have to ask me for money when she needs something, or if her family needs something, she has to ask me, because right now she's a stay-at-home mom, and I know she doesn't like it. And sometimes I can see she gets frustrated by it, but we did the math. If my wife were to go back to work right now, I don't have family members that are retired that can watch our son, we would have to pay for daycare. And 80% of my wife's take-home pay, working a basic minimum wage, store job anywhere that she would get hired like any other person, 80% of her take-home pay would turn right around to the daycare. She would have, $50 or $60 every week or every 2 weeks. It's not worth it. Why would she work that hard to have nothing after we had to pay for daycare? So we made the determination that until our little guy went to school, she was going to be a stay-home mom, and I was going to figure out how to take care of those extra expenses, and if she needed something, I would take care of it, and I do. Now, granted, I'm pushing myself and very hard at work, and I'm getting to a financially stable platform finally that I can support my family in this manner. But yeah, that first year or so when the baby first came, it was rough, but we got through it because we cared about each other. and we saw our future, and we were working together to do it. You have to go into this, Tim, looking to the future and not worrying about what does she do for a living. My wife can't do her job here that she did there because I'd have to send her back to school for 2 to 3 years to get all the certifications to do home health care. But she can go get a job at Victoria's Secret or Barnes & Noble or, Walmart or wherever and get minimum wage, which in Arizona went up to $11 an hour here. And she can get a job that will pay her better than what she did when she had to go work abroad for 2 years at a time and be away from her family. So you have to understand, Tim, it's a different world, and they come here not looking for the money, but looking for the family that they want.
Are you a single man looking for love? Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Check out our website at
islandladies.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.
Off our feet. I feel so out of place, feel so out of place right now.